What's going on, guys? It's O from Mount Confidence. Let me bring this here because you guys, there's lots of shadows. It's sunny out here today. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There's no way I'm staying inside. Today, I want to talk about my lucid dream experience that happened 2 days ago. It's something that happened to me as a little kid quite often, but then I had lost that ability for years and years until recently. I got introduced to this herb that's very well known in the East. A very solid herb for anxiety, for deeper sleep, for just overall health benefits, and I will be talking about that herb and the things that I've been doing in my lifestyle to be able to go into deeper states of sleep and deeper states of meditation, which is what you want when you're attempting to lucid dream, I guess. So coming in, I had no intention of lucid dreaming. It just kind of happened. And I was kind of surprised because it hasn't happened for well over 10 years now. And so for me, it was a shocker. And the thing about this experience is that the dream was almost like a vision. It wasn't a dream. It was so vivid that I remember every single detail. And I really think that if you remember your dream like with, details, it's not just a dream. So I'll explain the dream and what happened. So I went to sleep around 11 p.m. or so, and this dream that I was having was at the end of my sleep, so right before I woke up, because the dream got cut off and I woke up right away. It's not like I dreamt and then I woke up, drank a little bit of water, got back to sleep. No, it was like towards the end of my sleep. And usually I don't go one shot sleep. I usually wake up once or twice during my sleep to get a sip of water, to go to the washroom. So this was the first, that never happened, right? Just one shot. And so the dream starts off as me going back into the past. And I went back to the compound that I had lived in back in Qatar in the Middle East, and I was right in front of my house standing observing the kids playing. And it was crazy because in the dream I knew that I was here observing, but I was older. But I knew like I saw all my friends as they were little kids, like my siblings as well. They were little. They're not at their age now currently, so which was weird. It's like I knew that I was going back in time, that I was going back to the past, and I was just there to observe. So kids are playing in front of my house, everyone's having fun, and I'm just in tears. Like I'm crying, I'm weeping, like just crying so much because I'm experiencing the past as if it's like happening right now, and it was so vivid. The whole experience was just unbelievable. So I go inside the house, and I saw my mom, and I just ran up to her and I hugged her, and I just realized how much I loved her, because we're not on the greatest terms right now. I mean, we still talk, but it's like I realized that I loved her, no matter, it's just unconditionally. I don't care if she doesn't support my decisions or she doesn't see eye to eye with me. It's just I just hugged her, and it was just a beautiful moment. And I'm crying the whole dream, like tears, just gushing out. And then I sat down. My dad was there, and he was trying to have a conversation with me, and we never had a good relationship, me and my dad. It was we never did anything. We never went out. We never talked about life. It was just he was always talking about politics, and he was always at work. He was just never around. We never had a relationship to begin with. So it's like he was trying to have a conversation with me, and I could sense that he loves me, and he was trying to have a conversation with me, but I was still dry, right? Which makes sense, because again, we're on good terms, but we're not close. I don't think we'll ever be close, really. And it's like I recognize that there is love there. It's just that he can't express it, and I'm kind of blocking it out, right? Which is something I'm working on. Now, I bump into my brother, Saeed. You guys know him. he was going downstairs the basement, and he wanted to talk to my sister, and they all looked young. Like they were all in their, like, you know, the age between like 12 and 16, or 12 and 14. And it was just like crazy, because I knew I was experiencing something in the past. It's like I almost time traveled, and I was just weeping the whole dream, crying and crying and crying. And so after my brother came upstairs, I'm like, bro, I really got to talk to you. And he was being a dick, right? And we never really got along when we were, it seems like my family just never got along. But no, we're like best buds now. We never got along, but he was being a dick, and I was like, bro, like, he saw me crying, so he's like, okay, let's go downstairs, right? Because, you know, we loved each other when we were little kids. It's just we were introduced to the wrong idea of love. We didn't know how to express it. Wrong definition of love. And so I told him, I'm like, bro, I'm gonna tell you this because I know you understand, and I know you're open to these things, and I know you don't think this is woo-woo, but I'm literally coming back from the future, and I'm telling you right now that this is what's gonna happen. We're all going to travel to Canada, and that's what we did, my whole family. And me and you are gonna stick around here, but they're gonna go back, and we're gonna become YouTubers. I literally told him that. And he's just like, was in awe. He's like, oh my God, like he actually believed me, right? And I started crying so much, like just crying the whole dream. And I remember at that point, I knew that I've kind of always knew that I was just here temporarily. Like like I knew that I was going back in the past. So I knew that I was dreaming in a sense. So as I'm crying, I wanted to see if I was crying while sleeping, because I knew I was sleeping. So I literally grabbed my hand like this, and I go like this to see if I have any tears. And then I woke up. Crazy. So the thing that I think that there are many things that got me to lucid dream, and I'm sure I will have some like soon, because just the fact that there's a huge shift of how I sleep, my sleep pattern, of my anxiety levels, like they're all the way down. For the first time, I've always kind of had higher blood pressure, anywhere between 130 to 140s, which is pretty high for someone that's 23 years old and someone that, you know, lifts and exercises and eats healthy. So I recently got it down to a phenomenal number, like better than the average person, and my heart rate is like 62 beats per minute, and I'm pretty sure it goes down to 55, you know, when I'm chilling. But it's like I did a few things that got my anxiety levels a lot lower, and I got to go into a lot deeper states of meditation and states of sleep. So I was tapping into the theta, the delta waves, and you know, as you get older, it's harder and harder to hit those waves. It's just how human beings are. And so the first thing that I had started to do is I completely changed my diet, and I started to eat I started to follow a FODMAP diet, which is for those that have IBS. And I have symptoms of mild IBS. I'm not going to say it's like crazy IBS, but I definitely have digestion issues. I'm really sensitive to certain foods, and I'm kind of still getting to know my body, what I'm sensitive to. And so I started to have a low FODMAP diet. So the past few days I've been eating eggs, salmon, spinach, blueberries, a little bit of grapes, dark chocolate, and I think that's about it. Yeah, that's been my diet. Really simple, nothing crazy. A little bit of lemon as well. Now the supplement, the herb that I'm talking about, which has, geez, I've only been taking it for a few days, and I'm seeing huge difference in my whole life. Ashwagandha. This is a herb. It's hard to pronounce. Ashwagandha. It's a herb known in Ayurvedic medicine, which is this Eastern medicine that is all about herbs and all about treating working with your chakras and working with herbs, with what nature provided to heal you from, you know, physiological trauma or psychological trauma. So I got introduced to this by one of you guys, actually. They recommended. I considered him as my little bro. He reached out to me on YouTube, and he recommended it to me because he lives in Bangladesh, and he, his whole culture revolves around this Ayurvedic medicine. I hope I'm saying it right. But I did some research, and apparently they did a study where a group took this ashwagandha herb, and there was a reduction in like 50% of, like 50% anxiety was like just reduced, which is crazy, which is even better than anti-anxiety pills minus the side effects. I'm not seeing any side effects whatsoever. Literally, it's acting as an anti-anxiety pill with energy levels not just stable but even higher, elevated mood, and I can sit here and get into a meditative state like this. Crazy herb. I will take it for the rest of my life. Other than that, these are the two really main things that I have been doing differently in my life. Supplementing with ashwagandha. They're tablets that I bought. So the herb's actually in the tablets, in the capsule, sorry. And I'm taking between like 600 and 800 milligrams of ashwagandha root. So check it out. I am not affiliated with people, with the guys that made this possible. This is something that I've been doing, and it's been working like magic. So that is my lucid dream experience. I will definitely update you guys on, because I know I'm gonna lucid dream soon again. I just sense it. Like there's a huge shift in my mind that I'm witnessing because of the fact that I taking care of my gut, which is, by the way, our second brain. Which is, if you have gut issues, bro, 80% of the energy is consumed by your digestion. So if your digestion is not stable, you're gonna have lots of problems psychologically and physiologically. You're gonna, face low energy, depression, anxiety, lots of problems. So I hope this video has been helpful. Please give the video a thumbs up to support the channel to help people grow. And comment below, let me know if you have any questions about lucid dreaming or any experiences that you want to share with me. And O from Confidence, out.